So a very exciting day for Amplitube 5 users. IK Multimedia have just today announced a new software update for Amplitube 5. Now you might ask what's included in it and what makes it such a great update. Well, along with some general reliability improvements, as they're always doing with these updates, they've added a new Morley Collection, which features a couple new additions to the Amplitube ecosystem that I think a lot of folks might be interested in. And today, we're going to dive right in and show you exactly what we get. Now, for a limited time, anybody who purchases Amplitube 5 Max version 2 will have this included. After a certain date, that will not be the case anymore, and it will be available for purchase separately. So it's a nice incentive right now to maybe go get yourself an Amplitube 5 Max 2.0 license if you were thinking of it or if you were so inclined. I will have affiliate links below if anybody is looking to grab any of these. Click through my links. It helps to support my channel, and I get a little bit of a kickback from the fine folks at IK Multimedia. Now, in the way of full disclosure, the folks at IK Multimedia have sent me a complimentary copy of the Morley Collection, just so you know. But other than that, there's no compensation for this video, and it's not really affecting my thoughts about it. I've had a little bit of time to mess around with it. Very cool stuff in here. So without further ado, let's first head over to the IK website where we can see what we get, and then we'll take a deep dive look into what these new additions are actually capable of. All right, so coming over to the IK website here, we see the Morley Collection overview. It says 3 of the most acclaimed Morley effects. Now you're going to see some pictures down here. The Morley Contour Wah was something that was already a thing. We've added these other to the Oil Can Delay and the Power Wah Fuzz. Now if we go down to this, they dive a little more in depth with it. We have the officially certified Morley Evo 1 Oil Can Delay. Now, I'm not going to get into discussing the ins and outs about how this delay works. I'm going to have a link below to a Premier Guitar article all about this, where they go really in depth into how the Evo 1 actually creates its delay, and it kind of helps you to get your head around how some of the controls are working. And IK's actually added a couple extra controls with the blessing of Morley. So very cool stuff, and I can tell you this is one of the most interesting, cool delays I've ever tried. So it's saying here, it's a rare and highly coveted effect pedal. It was released in the early 70s. The Evo 1 has 3 main controls, one for delay, one for feedback. So we have, you'll see here our echo speed. We're going to look at this on the actual interface in just a couple minutes. We have multiple echo limit, and we have echo volume limit as well. So this is going to be how loud your repeats are. This is going to be basically a feedback control, and this is going to be the speed, either in milliseconds, or we can set it in BPM to match up with our DAW. Now, there's a couple other cool features that they've added. Disc noise allows you to blend in the magic sounds made from imperfections in the erase hedge, which don't allow the disc to be completely erased at each turn, resulting in part of its charm. And the disc erase control regulates the efficiency of the erase head. So we're going to take a deep dive look at that in just a moment. As we move on, though, we also have the officially certified Morley Power Wah Fuzz. The Power Wah Fuzz has 2 main controls, the intensity level and the wah tone. The intensity knob lets you balance the level of the fuzz to the level of the instrument. So that's going to be this knob right here. And the tone controls the overall tone of the fuzz. When the fuzz and wah is turned off, the pedal works as a volume pedal. So that's another very cool feature. And then the other pedal that we have part of this collection that isn't new is the Morley Contour Wah pedal. And this is very cool because we have the contour and level controls, which will allow you to fine tune the high-end response and personality of this wah pedal. So you can go from mellow to bright and cutting. It also has a very cool auto off feature, which adds a lot of flexibility to this. So without further ado, let's get right over to Amplitube 5 and see how these sound and how they work together. So I'm going to be actually utilizing an instance of my ToneX tone model, the Sir Badge 18 Alt Push 2. And this is available on my website. I'll have a link below to this bundle. This is a model based on a Sir Badger 18 head, really killer amp. So you'll notice here I have the cabs disabled. So all the tones you're hearing are basically just the capture as it was here. No compression, no reverb. And this is what this one sounds like. Bridge pickup. So a very cool tone to showcase this. So coming over here to our effects pedals now, if we roll down here, we can see the oil can delay, and this is one of the new additions to this Morley collection. I'm going to drag that over after the amp since this is a delay pedal. We'll hit edit. Now, something very cool here next to me on the floor is I have my Mission Engineering expression pedal, and what's so cool about it is I have that plugged into, sitting right here, is my little IK Multimedia AXI-01 audio interface, which is such a cool little audio interface, and it integrates beautifully with Amplitube. So basically, I have a TRS to TRS cable coming out of my Mission Engineer expression pedal into one of the foot switch inputs of the AXI-01. And what that allows me to do now is if I come up to this effect and right click on it, you'll see it'll say assign MIDI, and it'll say pedal, and it says learn pedal. Now, if I come over here and simply just move my expression pedal, you will notice now that I can control the Morley pedal right from my foot here. It's a little off to the side, so I'm a little twisted up here, but we'll keep this on full. So basically what we have here, if we look at it, is the on for the sync with our DAW for beats per minute. So when we come over to here to our echo speed and we have that on, we've got the ability to sync it to a note. If we turn that off, we've got so many milliseconds, up to 500 milliseconds delay, from 50 to 500. So I'm going to set this just to be on, like I always like to use it, a quarter note. Multiple echo limit. This is basically going to be like a feedback control. So let's just hear what this sounds like. So you'll notice here, if I take this down to 0, we get one repeat basically. And then we can also get this all the way up into self-oscillation. And there's ways to even adjust that momentarily. Let's turn that off for now. So let's bring this over somewhere around here. Coming here, we have our echo volume limit. So if I turn that all the way down, we have no echoes and basically kind of like a mix control. Very cool character to this. Let's bring that up a little more so we can really hear what's going on. Now you'll notice too, if I use the expression pedal right now, it just essentially allows me to lower how much delay I'm actually dealing with. We could actually fade this in. So a very cool feature there. Now, a couple other really neat features we have here is the disc noise. Now, if we listen to this with it off, do you hear the noise it introduces and these imperfections into the delays? Here it almost sounds more unstable on those echoed repeats. So really nice addition here to be able to add some of that in, and also the disc erase. So this is going to affect how the erase head, how efficient the erase head is at getting rid of those repeats. You can hear a real different character that we can dial into our echoed repeats. So very cool and very flexible. I think you can really see how we could dial this in utilizing all the different controls in a really pleasant way. So very, very flexible and some very cool tones there. Now, when we turn this off, the expression pedal acts just as a volume control. So another very cool feature. So nice stuff on this addition to Amplitube 5. Now, if we scroll on down to the filter section, we will see that we have the Power Wah Fuzz, which I'm going to bring in front of my amp. Now, I want to control this with my expression, so I'm just going to click on this and assign it much in the way I assigned it to the delay pedal. Now, the only problem is I still have it assigned over here, so I can come in here, hit Edit, right-click, and I can delete the assignment here. So now when I move my expression pedal, it's no longer going to move for the delay pedal. So we'll come over here, and now we see that we can control the Power Wah Fuzz. Now, we have these different controls here to turn fuzz on and off, wah on and off. Again, this acts here as a volume pedal when everything is disengaged. If I turn the wah on, but we can also turn that off and engage the fuzz. Make it darker. And brighten it right up. Give that effect like the speaker is just torn to shreds. Which can be a pretty cool effect for certain situations. Now, if we engage the wah and the fuzz, now we can also come in here and take the contour wah that was already a part of Amplitube, and we can take a quick look at this because this is also included with the Morley Collection. We notice here we have the auto on and off. We can use the contour control to really tweak this to give us whatever we really want from this. And again, I can right click on this, I can assign MIDI learn, go to my expression pedal, and it's that quick to assign when we're hooked up with one of the AX.io audio interfaces. All right, so there you have it. Another really exciting and fine update by the folks at IK Multimedia to the Amplitube 5 ecosystem. As I mentioned, for a limited time, any new purchasers of an Amplitube 5 Max version 2.0 license will have the Morley Collection included. At some point that will stop and they will no longer be included with it. You'll have to buy it separately, and I believe the price on that is $49.99. So a very cool addition for Amplitube 5 users, and I hope you guys will enjoy this. So the update is available now. You can go update your Amplitube 5 software, which will allow you to be able to try these out for a demo for a few days and see if it's something that you would like. But I think if these types of effects are the type of thing that are up your alley tonal wise, I do believe the fine folks at IK have done an excellent job with this product, and it is a very nice addition to our tonal palette, shall we say. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, I do have affiliate links below for Amplitube 5 and for the Morley Collection. If you guys are so inclined, you want to click through and purchase it with that, I get a little bit of a kickback and help support my channel. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to leave you with the demo video for the full Sir Badge 18 Ultimate Collection that I was using today as the main tone. The link will be below to that particular tone model collection. If you like the tones, it's a killer set of tone models, and you can grab that from my website at the link below. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. Please like the video, share it with anybody you think would get some use or enjoyment out of watching it, and also please subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell notification to get notified when I put new content out. I'll be back really soon with some more. Thank you guys again for sharing your time with me. Ciao for now.